So, walking into the season, Nikola Jokic has been dismantling defenses while making it look easy.
It's 7 on the clock. Jokic going to try to draw the foul. Behind the back to Watson! Wow! Oh my!
Every time a defense thinks they have him stopped, he just shows them that there's always an option that they didn't even think of that he'll explore to exploit them. Say you think you played his two-man action here perfect to stop anything from happening? Well, here's the thing. You have to understand that Jokic will make you pay in ways that you didn't even see coming. So when the help defender gets too far over in the paint, here's where Nikola will zip it all the way to the opposite corner for the wide open tray ball without even looking. Plays like that show you that you always have to be on your P's and Q's when Jokic is on the floor, and even if he isn't the one to be setting up his teammate, he can be the one to receive the pass while catching it with one hand off the roll, and without even gathering it with two, he can flow right into a short floater off the glass. When you look around the league, it's not many bigs who have a soft touch like this. It makes him highly effective in these pick and rolls where Murray can throw it back to him with confidence that he'll convert even if it happens to be over a smothering contest of two defenders. And even if it's not over multiple defenders, it's still a great option to go to when him and Jamal run these two-man actions. To look deeper into the effectiveness of this, Jokic averages 1.35 points per possession off of these, with an effective field goal percentage of 67%. Yeah, to say he's dangerous within these actions is an understatement, because not only will he score inside when rolling, as he can also pop off these screens to catch and shoot over the top of the defense. And hey, if that wasn't good enough, he can catch the ball when en route to the basket in traffic, and just when the defense thinks they cut him off and stop the whole play, he makes the quick decision to hit Johnson in the corner for pure money.
Sets up Cam Johnson, and Cam knocks it in.
All these different ways of affecting the game have led to Jokic averaging 28 points, 12 rebounds and 10 assists per game, while shooting 62% from the field and 44% from deep. That right there is truly absurd, and when we dive deeper into each aspect of his game, you can then see why he is arguably the best player in the entire NBA. With Jokic, it's like he has this ability to predict what's going to happen before it even plays out, such as when catching here, you'll see he immediately looks towards the corner. Now the reason for that is because he knows that the help man will always be deep in the paint when the ball's on the opposite side of the floor, so as long as he has a shooter spotted up, it's a no-brainer to get it there in a quickness. Other times, like we discussed earlier, he'll be able to make these quick decisions off the catch out the pick and roll action, but instead of going to that corner, he'll drop it off to Watson, who's cutting to the rim for the two-handed slam. And then with the synergy he has with his teammates, guys understand to make themselves available quickly off these screens, and Jokic, well, he'll just take care of the rest.
Another assist for Jokic.
Passing like this is one thing, but when you see how creative and slick Jokic can get, that's when you really start to open your eyes. It's almost like he's daring the defense to steal the ball, because even though Dante slides over slightly and Jaden McDaniels is glued to Johnson, Jokic still decides to go behind his back to place his pass perfectly for Johnson to go finish.
Behind the back, oh what a beautiful find! Jokic.
Yeah, I know, that pass was crazy, but this is just the beginning. Jokic will then start to play with defenders by using his eyes to make them stay put due to them being confused about where he's gonna go, and then once the time's right, he'll send it right down for an easy find inside, and please look at the Warriors bench after Jokic connects on this pass.
And Murray cutting back door.
That right there is what true defeat looks like. I know it may seem easy to guard, but trust me, it'll truly seem like he's gonna go down low to Brown after turning around at this post up, but in reality, he's sending it to Watson, who's cutting right down the middle. And then when it looks like Gordon will be the intended target on this action, we all must remember what we talked about earlier. Anytime a defender is far in help, Jokic will make sure to make them pay for that. Now these are all ways he can deceive the defense with his eyes, so once he is looking at where he wants to go, this is when he can slip passes right past you without you being able to recover at all. You'll constantly see these times where Denver sends the ball down to Jokic to then send the initial guy off a screen, and this does two things. It one gives the option for a pass to be sent to Hardaway if the switch doesn't happen, but say they do switch, well now the defense is in a situation where they're on the top side with their man having a perfect angle to cut towards the basket, and that's when these slips can totally break your defense with Nikola placing them right on the money. For many teams around the league, they could run these same actions, but when guys send the ball down to their big, they would usually just stay put, or at this point, they would try to beeline straight to the corner. But this here is the difference. Nikola Jokic is one of the best passing big men the game has ever seen, so instead of guys doing either one of those options, they always look for a way to make themselves available when moving throughout the offense, which often leads to results like this.
Watson gets it on the back.
Let me ask you this, so far, what is the best thing about Nikola's passing in your eyes? And while you think about that, make sure you hit that subscribe and like so we can get more people over here to build the community. Now, if I were to tell you what I like the most about his passing, it would be how he evades the doubles to still set up his teammates. In times like this where there's two guys on him near the baseline, most will try and turn back to find an open man on the kickout or go all the way across the court to the corner. With Jokic not even thinking about turning around, the only other options would be between hitting Valanciunas or Watson in the corner. But like I said, most will go to the corner in this situation, so as we roll the clip, you're going to see KD release off to go guard the corner, which makes this find and finish inside much easier. To build on this further, you'll have these doubles blitzing when he's initiating a post-up, so rather than trying to bully his way inside and rush things, Nikola will use that step through to advance closer to the basket, and as we all can see, Gordon is cutting right on the baseline. And that's where Jokic wants to go, but just to ensure he can get it there without Curry bothering the play, Jokic decides to look out to the corner to make Curry release off just like he did to Kevin Durant, and once again, it's another 2 points inside. Now listen, I understand that some people find this to be basic, but when you slow it down and see that he's hitting these passes at certain angles where it barely gets past the defense to connect with one of his teammates, that's when you see just how special his facilitating is. But I get it, if you're one of those people that likes scoring more than his passing, well I got something for you. As good as his passing is, Jokic certainly is no slouch when it comes to putting the ball in the basket. He can operate in that in-between area to knock down shots over contests like they're not even there. When he drops to the basket, he's able to switch up the pace by using the deceleration on that Euro to drop it in over the front of the rim. If the shot clock is winding down, he can be the one to fire it up from deep to beat the buzzer. And last, but certainly not least, Nikola can get into that post-up, use a quick spin to get deeper inside, stay patient after that bump, and then go score the bucket.
Joker with 27 now.
Like I get it, I understand that he's not some flashy guy with the handle, or a guy who delivers these emphatic dunks. But what he is someone who can make the game look simple while also adding in a little bit of flair. Such as here when he catches against Randall, he wastes no time spinning back towards the paint, and most times he would go right to the basket. But this time with Gobert being the help man down low, he just flows right into a short push fade instead. Other times when he uses these spins, he can get into a quick shot off the glass as well, or he can choose to fake the spin using that shimmy and then proceed to hook it right over the top. When it comes to his back to the basket game, there's a plethora of ways he can work the defense, which leaves him to be very unpredictable for defenders to guard. One moment he's using the footwork to lay it up, another time he's hooking it over the top once getting to his spot, and then once you think you've seen it all, he's using that post up to flow right into a fade.
Fades and fires and fills it up. I mean, he's got 48.
This offensive game of his is truly one of a kind when we talk about big men in today's league and in NBA history. Because just as comfortable he is at scoring in close and out that post, well he can step out behind the arc to do the exact same thing. If big men fail to step out when Jokic is behind the line, well they're just giving up 3 free easy points. And then when he decides to put the ball on the deck, he has enough control and handle to get inside to convert. I know it's early in the season, so only time will tell if he can keep up this level of play, but over the years, we have seen Jokic dominate time and time again. So I'm pretty sure we will see the same for him for the rest of the season. Down below, comment Jokic and 2 things you like about his game if you want to see more videos. As always, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you're first to know when I upload. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.